Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is the 22nd snowflake. How neat is this one? I love this one. I cannot wait to block this. This is going to be so pretty. But what we've got here is a 2 round snowflake, 6 points on 6 points around. And what we're going to do is when we block this, we're going to block it to where the picots come straight together, and then this top picot is going to be at a point. So it's basically what I wanted this one to look like was the Northern Star or the North Star, but it's a snowflake for us. We have got, for round 1, 2 single crochets, chain 12, 2 single, chain 12. Repeat that around, and then we're going to come back and we're going to fill this chain 12 with 5 singles, a little picot, come back in there for a chain or 2 singles, and then we're going to make this big point, which is a chain 6, slip stitch in the third, chain 6, slip stitch in the third, and we're going to repeat that 5 times. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little picots, and then we're going to come back and repeat this backwards to fill in the rest of that chain 12, and then just repeat it around, and that's our snowflake. So definitely keep your eye out for the starching video, which will come after the 25th video. So each starching video has 5 snowflakes. Okay, so let's talk about what you're going to need. Like I say in all my snowflake videos, you guys can make these snowflakes out of yarn. And if you do, just use the hook that yarn recommends. But for mine, I am using crochet, size 10 crochet thread from Red Heart, and a 1.75 millimeter hook. And then I used my scissors, my stitch marker, and my needle to weave in my ends. And I used a number 22 DMC needle from Walmart in the embroidery aisle, right by the embroidery floss. These work perfect for weaving in the ends of that thread. And that's it. So get your guys' supplies together and let's get started. Okay, to get started on our 22nd snowflake, we are going to get a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to come down here to that first chain and we're going to slip stitch into it to form a ring. Chain 1. Tighten that down. Now working over our tail, we're going to work 2 single crochet, chain 12, 2 single crochet, chain 12, 2 single crochet, chain 12. We're going to repeat that until we get 6 chain 12 loops, okay? So I'm going to go in with my single stop, mark that with my stitch marker. So 2 singles, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come back down to our ring and work 2 singles. 1 and 2. Alright, so just repeat that around. 2 single crochet, chain 12, 2 single crochet, chain 12 until we get 6 chain 12 loops. I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and work this off camera. Okay, so I just finished my 6th chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's the 6th. And I'm going to come right down and slip stitch into the single crochet I have marked with my stitch marker. I'm going to come right back down in here and slip stitch. Alright, and that's the end of round 1. I'm going to give this tail just a tiny little tug, not too much. We'll weave in that end later. Okay, and to move on to round 2, which also is our last round, we're going to slip stitch into that very next single crochet right there. and then we're going to slip stitch right into the first chain 12. Go right inside of there. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and then into this chain 12 loop and into each chain 12 loop around. We are going to work 5 single crochets. 1, 2. Actually, I'm going to stop. Forgot to mark that first single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the third chain from hook. So right in there. 2 singles, 2 single crochets, 1, 2. Okay, so now what we're going to do is make a long peak off the top. So I'm going to scooch these as far to the side as I can, and we're going to work chain 6, slip stitch into the third. And we're going to do that 5 times. So by the end, we should have 5 picots off the top. So it may help to have a pen and paper and just kind of, mark off when we work one, or you can just, look at your work and count the number of picots you have. But we're going to start with the chain of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third. That's 2 picots. 1, 2. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picots now. So now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to come back down to our chain 12, and we're going to work 2 single crochets into it. Oops. Now try and not to twist that, to twist our chain and picots, because when we starch this, we're going to starch this to where it's straight up and down. If I could get a hold of it, just like that. So it's going to look like a northern, the North Star, but it's a snowflake, so you get it. All right, so we got 2 single crochets. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the third chain from our hook. So we got a little picot on the side. And now we're going to work 5 single crochets down it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that is what we're going to repeat into each chain 12 around. So I'm going to work it one more time with you guys, and then I'm going to finish the other 4 points off camera, okay? So to start that again, we work 5 single crochet into it, into the chain 12. 1, 2, 3, get out of here, 4, and 5. Now we're going to work the little picot right here on the side. So that's chain 3. come back and slip stitch into the third. And we're going to go back into that chain 12 with 2 singles. And now we start the chain 6, slip stitch into the third 5 times. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third from your hook. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the third. Chain 6 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into our third. We've got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into our third. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and slip stitch into the third. So that's 5 picots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we chain 3, 2, 3, and we're going to come all the way back down here. And without twisting this, come all the way. Come all the way back down here, and we're going to work 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And now we're going to make our little picot right here. So we chain 3, slip stitch into that third, and now we're just 5 single crochet down. 1, get this out of the way, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we just repeat that again into the next chain 12. And it will, once these soak in the starch and when we pin these down, we'll get these all adjusted and moved around on that chain 12. Okay guys, so repeat into the next chain 12, 5 single. We're going to work our little picots, so chain 3, slip stitch into the third chain, and then 2 more single crochet in there. And then we're going to work our big old point here. Chain 6, slip stitch into the third. 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 Then we're going to chain 3 to get us back down to this chain 12 loop. And then we're going to work 2 single crochet. We got our little picot to work here, so we're going to chain 3, slip stitch into the third. And then we're on the home stretch of this chain 12 loop, and we're just going to work 5 single crochet into it and then jump to the next. So repeat that into these next 4, and I will meet you when we get to the end of the 4th. So go ahead and work those 5 single crochet at the end of your point. Go ahead and work those 5 single crochet, and then when we come back I will meet you at the end of that 5th single, okay? Alrighty, so I will be right back. Okay, so I'm coming to the end. I just worked my last 5 single into the last chain 12 loop, and now all we're going to do is come straight to the very first single crochet we had marked from the beginning of the round, and we're just going to work a slip stitch right into there. And that is the end. So now, if you just want to use the little wire hangers that you can get from Walmart, the Christmas ornament hangers, I think they're like 98 cents. You can chain 1, fasten off, and then weave in all your ends. But if you're going to make your little hanger like mine, let's chain 1. I'm going to stop and just lay this out and see, see what we got here. Get this all untangled. All right. So I'm liking how it's just right there in the center of our points. So I am going to, did I chain one yet? Yeah. I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to pull up a loop. Pull up that long loop and cut. Pull that tight. And if you notice, it's kind of to the left of what would be considered the absolute center. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it down this side of that slip stitch. Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to get this middle weaved in. So get my needle. Get that on my hook or my needle. And I'm just going to run it through these singles. And I did notice while I was working into my chain 12s, I have one petal where I only worked one single crochet instead of two. I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm not going to completely close this, but we are going to pull it a little tighter. Come through there again. I'm going to close it up about like that. So now all I'm doing is just weaving this tail in a little more. That's perfect. I'm going to bring it back a couple. Oop. Get in there. And then I'm going to cut. Alrighty, so now I'm going to take our other tail. Come on now, got it. Alright, and I'm going to come right to the right of it. To that side. Flip it over. I'm going to pull it just till that little tail pops out. And then I'm going to stop and kind of gauge the length I want. And I'm going to go a little bit longer on this one. I'm going to go about that long. Pinch it so I don't lose any of that length. Actually, I'm just going to come straight to these singles. Come right through there. Now I'm going to pinch it so I don't lose that. Bring it back a few. And there we go. Snip that off. And there we go. Here is the 22nd snowflake. Now, just like I said earlier, this is going to be one of those that it has going to be starched, and we're going to starch it to look like, to look like the North Star. Okay, so keep an eye out for that starching video. It'll be after the 25th snowflake. I'll post it on the same day. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up if you did. I really, really like this snowflake. I think it's because, you know, they like the sentimental of the Northern Star on Christmas. But anyway, or the North Star on Christmas. Thank you guys so very much for watching. You're the best. You guys know you're the best. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, leave me a comment and let me know what you guys think. And in my description box, I got links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff, and all the supplies you could need to make these snowflakes. And my email address is also down there, and it is in the bottom of the description box of all my videos. So if you ever need help, email me and I will help you, okay? All right, that's it for me for today, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.